ESL schools. And
Great.
I've traveled a lot, but I'm still unilingual, so I truly appreciate the value of good English skills.
Wow, great to know you. And you're also a RISIA, right?
I am. I'm a registered international student immigration advisor. Algonquin College has one of the largest teams of RISIAs and immigration consultants on staff of all the institutions in Canada. We have currently 4 RISIAs and 2 IRCC immigration consultants, and we are expanding to 8 RISIAs probably by September. Yeah.
Wow. And I'm an RCIC myself as well here. So it's great to know that you have quite a big team there.
Yeah. It's important these days. It's complicated.
Yes. All right, Jim, let's play the video first, and then let's get an overview of Algonquin, and then we'll start with Martha's presentation. Here we are.
You're gonna love it here. Buna burada bayılacaksınız. 你會愛上呢度。Các bạn sẽ rất thích nơi này.
Survival ở đây.
Deve me baui bini grapo.
तो इतना कि बहुत बढ़िया लगेगा कि मैं यकीन कह सकना कि तो हमें बहुत पसंद आएगा.
Вам здесь точно понравится.
Yes, that was the video right there. So thank you, Jem, for playing it. And Martha, stage is yours. We can go ahead with your presentation, please.
Thank you. So today I'm going to introduce you to Algonquin College and to Ottawa. You might know a little about both, but maybe not as much as you're going to know by the end of today. Where is Ottawa? Well, we are Canada's capital. We are about 2 hours from Montreal, 5 hours from Toronto by car, about 45 minutes from the US border. And of course, it's the capital city of Canada. One of the most beautiful cities, I think, in Ottawa. We're close competition for Victoria. Some facts on Ottawa. We're in southeastern Ontario. We're across the river from Gatineau in the province of Quebec. Very interesting thing. You do not need to speak French to be successful in Ottawa. I am living proof. Okay? So there are lots of opportunities for English speaking and other bilingual students other than French bilingual. And our population is approximately 1 million people. It's a multicultural city, of course, with more than 128 embassies and high commissions because we are the capital. Mm-hmm. And in winter, the Rideau Canal in downtown Ottawa becomes the longest skating rink in the world. It's 7.8 kilometers. You can actually see in the winter people, businessmen with a briefcase in their hand and skates on, and they skate downtown, and then they take their skates off and put their boots on and put their skates over their shoulder and walk to their office. Because it's a really beautiful area all along the canal for homes, gorgeous homes there. So people actually skate to work and skate home.
Great.
So pretty cool, right? And it's just a beautiful city. We've got the Ottawa River, of course, runs through it, and we have Parliament, which is like England downtown. we have mini England downtown.
Mhm.
These are the locks. These are the Rideau locks, and that's how you get from the river to the Rideau Canal. We talked about the long canal. So you go between the river and the canal through the locks. Doesn't look as fascinating in pictures. You should see a video of it. It's just amazing. It lifts the boats out of the river and up into the canal. And it's one of the oldest functioning locks in the world. And here's the canal again as its popular skating rink. And here's the way I like it better. That's the summer. And this is our museum, of course, Museum of Nature. Our spider is a very popular photo op. And again, the canal, a very gorgeous spot. So Ottawa is a beautiful city, lots of nature, but lots of exciting nightlife and all kinds of things to do. You'd be really impressed, I think, when you come. But why is it great for students? Well, it's the lowest cost of living of the 5 major Canadian cities: Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, and Ottawa. So we're the lowest cost of living.
Mhm.
We're a tech hub with the highest concentration of tech talent in Canada. So if you're a techie and you want to get into a good tech company, this is where you would come. We have a very strong employment rate and stable economy, even now with an average of 4.2% unemployment rate. And we're very proud to be able to say that we're the safest of the 5 major cities in Canada. And we're extremely student friendly with more than 350 kilometers of bike and walking trails. You can actually take a bicycle from one side of Ottawa all the way from, for example, the east side. Algonquin College is more central west. So from the east side to Algonquin College Central West, you can take that entire way on bike trails. You never have to go on a road. And you can get to the college safely, yeah. And so it's a really popular thing. I mean, everybody pretty much has a bicycle. I even have one at my age, so it's pretty, and I'm not a brave biker, so it works out well. Now, about colleges, about admission is really very basic. There aren't any special admission requirements, right? We want you to finish high school. That's it. And if in your country high school is grade 11, and you want to go into one of our diplomas, then we accept your grade 11. We don't look for a foundation year. There's no entrance exams. It really depends on where you're from. I know that the only country where there's a slight difference in that policy is in, I believe it's the Philippines, because they do 10, and then we do require at least a 3-year program after grade 10 out of the Philippines. But for everybody else in the whole world, whatever is your country's natural final year of high school, we accept that as being high school graduation. So even if on our website it says that we need to see grade 12 math, if in your country it's grade 11, which is in Colombia it's grade 11, and I know in Ukraine it's grade 11, Russia, in those cases, we accept your grade 11 as the equivalent to our grade 12.
Right.
Okay. And there are no foundation courses, no foundation years. All we need to get into any postgraduate program is a university baccalaureate or a bachelor. We also will accept a 2 or 3 year post-secondary diploma out of your country for a postgraduate program. Okay, so if you have done high school and then did a 2-year higher national diploma, for example, or you did an associate degree, then we would still be willing to take you into a postgraduate program for most of them. You do have to compare and look at the program page to be sure. A few require a bachelor, but most of them you can get in with just the 2 or 3 year additional diploma. In high school, of course, or from high school, you can get into a diploma, an advanced diploma, or a bachelor degree.
So, Martha, for the postgraduate programs, you said associate degree is enough most of the time.
Yes, absolutely.
But if it's a diploma program, is it still enough, or it has to be a degree program, like an associate degree for the postgrad programs?
Oh no, a diploma would do. If it's
Diploma.
higher education, so if it's post high school,
Okay.
then if it's a 2 or 3 year diploma. If it says on our program page, for example, that a 2-year Ontario diploma is required, then we will accept a 2-year anywhere diploma.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And then, I missed a question I was going to say. And why else is Ottawa such a great choice? Because you have Algonquin College there, of course. There's only one Algonquin College in the world. Well, actually not. There's an office in China. But okay. There's only one Algonquin College in Canada. And we are in Ottawa. And why are we such a great choice for international students? This is a pretty easy question to answer. This is a 3D, impression of our campus. We're the only English-speaking college in Ottawa. We're one of 11 Canadian polytechniques. I don't know if everybody understands what a polytechnique is. A polytechnique is a college that is integrated with business and research in the community. So we do a lot of research work. And I'll talk about that a little bit more, about the college and what we do with research and how much that helps our international students. Of course, we have career-oriented programs. And we have over 3,800 international students from 90 countries. So you won't be lonely. You will have friends there. So our full-time student count is around 23,000. If we count all the part-time and online as well, then it's a total of 42,000. And we have 190 programs of study options for students. So a lot of choices, we have a lot of students, we have a lot of opportunity. This is a little view of our Student Central. This is the area where students go for just about everything. So if you come down to Student Central, you'll come down those stairs. Registrar's desk was just there on the left. This is the Academic Counseling and Success Center. And it comes all the way around. We have a test center. And if you turn a sharp right, you'll go down to the International Education Center, which is down there. And that's where I kind of live, down that hallway. We're not going to get to see it here. But this is Student Central. You need anything? This is where we are to help you. The entire school, college services are based out of here for all students, not just international. And then we have, of course, a health services on campus. So if a student is ill, of course, they can come directly. They don't have to leave the campus. They can come in here. Their college insurance card covers them for services here. They can also get prescriptions from here, and they can get extended appointments to other specialists if they need to from the Health Services Center. This is just on this one floor above Student Central. Again, a very student-friendly location. And then we go into Makerspace. This is an unusual and unique feature at Algonquin College. All students who are doing any kind of research can come in and use any of our tools, 3D printers, laser printers. You can use everything here. You can practice your theories, your ideas. Industry comes into this location and works together, so they meet students in this space. It's a very unique space at Algonquin College. It's called Makerspace. And then, of course, we have our library. This is one of our newest buildings. As you can see, it's amazingly bright and light and airy. We do still have some traditional books, but a lot of what's going on in our library is currently done online, of course. We have study cubicles, study rooms for students, and a large amount. And students who don't have laptops can borrow laptops from the library. They can use them indefinitely as long as they need them. It's a very good service for students, and this is an incredible social hub when the college campus is open and students are on campus. This is our gymnasium, and our Algonquin Thunder, our very popular varsity teams. We do very well with basketball, soccer, and football. And we don't have a hockey team. We have to make that very clear. Unusual in Canada, but most colleges don't have hockey teams because of the great expense for hockey teams, actually, to maintain them. So, but we do have some very good teams for students to join. If you want to join a sporting team, you need to let the college know about a month before you're starting classes. You need to reach out to the team you want to join, because otherwise you won't have an opportunity after September. And of course, we have a fitness zone, a full-size gymnasium. And this is rather nice, but you know, looking at the gymnasium, looking at the fitness zone, looking at the equipment, what's especially extremely nice is this. This is the ARC. This is under construction now, due to be completed in summer 2021. It's got, as you can see, 2 indoor basketball courts, indoor soccer fields. It's got a spa, it's got the courtyard lounge, hospitality lounge. There's an entire, it's just amazing. It's all student-centered as well. This is being built by the Students Association for the students. And so that recreation gym that you saw is going to become like a kindergarten gym compared to what's going to be available. We have a climbing wall. It's just going to be an amazing facility. So for students coming after 2021, this is something they're going to love to see. And then we have Marketplace. This is where you'll eat. So these are most of the restaurants. We have about 10 restaurants in this particular Marketplace area that you can choose from. As your Taste of Asia, there's typical continental American, there's sandwich and wraps. We have shawarma. We have everything you could possibly imagine in here. Definitely halal food, gluten-free food, all those things that are important to students these days. Healthy choices with a gigantic salad bar with hot and cold choices. So it's a pretty interesting spot and has a lot of opportunities for students to choose what they really would like to eat. This is just Marketplace. There is also about 9 or 10 other restaurants on campus for students to choose from. Whoops, that's bye. And then we're going into the bookshop. bookstore. This is where you can get all your swag, all your stuff that says Algonquin. It's also where you can get all of your technical things you need, and if you need any parts for your laptops, if you need any parts like cords and for phones and so on, it's all available here. It's our IT center plus our bookstore. So most of the books, a lot of the books are online. You have the choice, though, to get your books online or in paper. So it's up to you what you want to do. We do carry both for you. And then let's go through the campus. This is savoir-faire. Anybody who's going to study in our hospitality program appreciates savoir-faire. And any student who needs to get a cheap lunch appreciates savoir-faire, because the students who are working in our hospitality program in culinary prepare a lot of very high-end quality foods. And of course, we don't have enough of an audience to eat them, so they sell them in savoir-faire. That means that, of course, you can buy food here for about $5 for a great meal. So it's popular for students and staff, actually. There are certain times you want to get there quickly when the good food runs out. And this is the student commons. Again, a very popular student hangout area. We have the Algonquin College Commons Theatre, which is here. It seats about 750 students. We have some pretty big shows in there that come in for the music and theater and hypnotists, and a variety of really good shows that come in. There's also in here the Career Counseling Center, the Student Association Office, a spiritual center, something called Algonquin Hub, which is where students connect and can meet peers and mentors and different things, and they can. And of course, we have a Starbucks. We have to show off our Starbucks.
How about Tim Hortons?
We have a Tim Hortons of 2, of course. I'm a Tim's fan myself, so we definitely have a Tim Hortons.
Okay.
And then this is the residence lobby. So right across from that student commons is the residence building. So you do have to step outside to get to the residence, but it's about a 30-second walk from the commons to the residence. And so this is an enclosed courtyard. It's a really super location for students, for kids who want to make sure that they are very close to school, have all the conveniences they want right at their hands, right at their fingertips. And their parents want to know that they're very safe. You know, it's a secure, monitored facility. It's a great option for students too. And then this is an example of a residence suite. A lot of institutions have 4 students to a suite. We have 2. There's a shared kitchen, kitchenette. You have a microwave. You're also allowed to bring in a small hot plate and some other things if you'd wish. You each have your own bedroom, which is a relatively large bedroom. You do share a bathroom. I can come around the corner here to the bathroom. But each of the bedrooms are quite large. They have a closet, a large wraparound desk. The beds, you get a lot of room inside the bedrooms. That's your private space. And that's my campus tour. So then why else would you pick Algonquin besides the fact that we have an awesome campus? Well, we are employment focused. I believe everybody who's coming to Canada to study is doing so because they want better employment opportunities. Okay, and our programs, of course, we are connected to experience. You'll have co-ops, internships, applied research, work integrated learning, and volunteer opportunities. So you will not only learn, you will use what you learn and strengthen your skills throughout the duration of your program. And our research, I mentioned it earlier, we are one of the, I believe last year, we were the largest contributor to international student research engagement in Canada as a college. And so our international students do get very involved in our research. We have 6 research centers: digital, full spectra, which is AI, artificial intelligence, health and wellness, construction, Pembroke, which is a heritage campus, and then Perth. So we have all of these different research centers. And yeah, we are the #1 in Canada for students involved in research at the undergraduate level. Okay. And why else are we great? Well, because we have a lot of choices. You can go into a certificate, a 1-year certificate, if that's what you choose to do. You can go into a 2-year diploma, 3-year advanced diploma. Now, these are all post-high school. You can go from high school to 1 year, high school to 2 years, high school to 3 years. Or you can go from high school to a bachelor degree. And then from the completion of the 2-year or the 3-year or the 4-year, you can go into a graduate certificate. So a lot of choices for you. Graduate certificates, of course, are especially critical for skill enhancement at the final stage of your education before you're going out into the workplace. And so we can see pathways. So basically, some students will go from an advanced diploma into a bachelor degree if they choose. So you can start with a diploma and decide later that you want to go into a degree. You can start with an advanced diploma and decide you want to go into a degree. You can move up through each of the tiers if you want to. So there are a lot of choices for students. You don't have to have your entire life planned out today when you're applying. There's fluidity and flexibility in what you can do when you're studying with us. We have a lot of great faculties. I'm not going to go into all of them because I think that it's just a little bit too much to discuss in this presentation. We don't have time. But we have School of Advanced Technology, of course, lots of great computers. The Center for Construction Excellence, School of Business, Health and Community Studies, School of Design, Police and Public Safety, Language Institute, of course, but I think we're going to be working mostly with Sprott. To be very honest, it is probably a class size for you and a little bit better nurturing. Is this recorded? Okay, campuses we have in Ottawa, Pembroke, and Perth. Some programs I'll mention quickly: biotechnology, robotics, electromechanical engineering technician. And we now have a Bachelor of Automation. So you can actually do a 2-year diploma and with 1 semester of bridging go into the 3rd year of the Bachelor of Automation. Hospitality Management, Restaurant Operations, 2-year diploma. You can pathway into the Bachelor of Hospitality and Tourism Management. We have some new bachelor degrees. We have Bachelor of Public Safety. Awesome program, really great. In this day and age, when you consider all of the global emergencies and national emergencies that occur, it's a very in-demand specialization. We have 2 new Bachelors of Technology, one of Business Systems Development, which is, again, huge in demand right now, and then Digital Health. And we have some new graduate certificates: Accounting, Financial Practice, Building Automation Systems Operations. I'm not going to go through these because you can see these on the website, and I really do suggest that if you go to the website and you see anything that looks very interesting to you, contact Sprott, because if you have a question for them and they don't have the immediate answer, if they contact me, they will have the answer within a day for you. Okay, that's my guarantee to Sprott and to you, that we will respond very quickly to you. And of course, we're a great choice because of career opportunities. There are a lot of great jobs in Ottawa, a lot of them. Life sciences, technology, defense. I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about those, and then we'll be pretty much wrapping it up. So life sciences in Ottawa, more than 130 life science companies, more than 6,000 employees, which might not sound huge, but that's a 100% increase in the number of employees in 3 years. So this is an extremely fast-growing field in Ottawa, anything in life sciences. Clean tech, another very fast-growing field in Ottawa. It's part of what makes us defined as a tech hub. We have more than 240 clean tech companies. 3 years ago, we had 120. And more than 5,000 employees. 3 years ago, we had 2,500. Some major green technology companies are hiring skilled employees here. Energate, Plasco, Isolera. They're all very, very well-known companies in Canada and internationally, and they are hiring out of Ottawa. Their offices are based here with us. And then, of course, we have the defense, security, and aerospace careers. So out of our School of Advanced Technology, we have the robotics, and we just recently introduced the bachelor degree of automation, which is going to be huge. We have Lockheed Martin, we have MDS, we have Boeing. We work with all of these industries in partnerships with our students with a lot of projects. That's where we do a lot of our research projects and what the students get involved with. Some of them are capstone projects, so you'll be working on that same research project for the entire 2 years of your program. You get to make a serious contribution and get to make an impression, so it's very important. And of course, this one is huge now. Digital media is a very big industry, getting bigger by the day. And Algonquin College's animation program is now ranked number 6 in the world. That means that we now offer it in September and in January because we have more applications than we were able to accommodate. And we know there's so many talented students out there. We want to be able to train more and more of them. Mm-hmm. And number 6 in the world, I think, is quite a nice claim to fame. And our graduates have won awards, of course, for Disney movie productions, and a lot of them work in the Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto areas. So it's a pretty great career opportunity to get into any of the digital media stuff. And then communications technology. One of my most interesting facts here with all of this is that 90% of all of Canada's industrial research and development is conducted in Ottawa. So if you're interested in any of these areas, and this is what you want to do and want to pursue and want to make your mark, Ottawa is the city to do it in. 90% of it is done here. And of course, software technology. We are the tech capital of Canada, I think. I've heard other cities say the same, and I would happily argue with them. I believe that we've got just a little more going on in Ottawa in technology right now. Shopify is here. Halogen, of course, is here. Amazon has come into Ottawa. Clipfolio, which is getting huge. Apple has moved in. So we're getting pretty darn big in technology in Ottawa. And so that means, of course, that the opportunities will also continue to grow. There was an article in the newspaper last year that said that Ottawa will not have enough computer programmers to meet demand until 2027, no matter how many we turn out educated. So it's a great area to look at for people who are interested in anything tech. And that's what I'm going to say about Ottawa. I'm going to give you a chance now to ask me some questions.
All
Should
right.
I close my PowerPoint and go back to video, or stay on the
Sure,
PowerPoint?
you can. We can just be on the stage. You can just turn off screen sharing and.
Okay. That would assume there it is. That would assume I knew where to find the button. Okay.
Thank you for your great presentation. I loved the way you showed around the campus, your facilities. It was really great. I've been to Ottawa twice, but I didn't have a chance to visit your campus. But thanks to your presentation, of course.
Next time you have to call me.
Next time, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That'll be the first thing. And I had some friends actually moved from Vancouver to Gatineau region, to Ottawa, to Gatineau, Quebec, but he's working in Ottawa, so I'll definitely.
Yeah, that's just 5 minutes away. I always try to make a student understand that, Quebec is like, if I was stronger, I could throw a rock across the river, but we can see it.
Yeah, so it's great. It's obviously Canada's capital, and you can speak both languages, English and French. And I believe Algonquin is the only public college in Ottawa.
Only public English-speaking college, yes.
English-speaking college, so that's great. I'd like to talk a little bit about how students can easily transition from our program to yours, because I know that you have a great system in place for us and for our students. It's very simple to apply to Algonquin College, and then it's like we basically chat with an admissions officer there, and then you're so fast in replying to our requests or our questions. And whenever you request additional documents, we can we get a message, and then we'll just upload documents there. So it's great. We've sent a few students in the past. I had a student who studied green architecture, and then he did project management there. So he was really happy. He studied in our Toronto campus for 12 weeks. He did 12 weeks of EP, and then he moved on to Algonquin College afterwards. So let me start with my questions first, and then I already see some questions here on our chat box. So some of the questions I had, you mentioned a little bit about your admission requirements. What's the English proficiency, regular English proficiency requirements at Algonquin? Is it Ielts 6.5 for most of the programs?
For bachelor programs and graduate programs and health or communication related programs, for example, advertising, public relations, it is 6.5 with no band below 6.
Okay.
For other undergraduate diplomas undergraduate diplomas that are, for example, computers, construction, engineering, those sorts of programs, it's 6.0 with no band below 5.5.
However, if students complete our 12-week EP program, which is our official pathway program, they don't have to do any other test. Nothing.
No, of course not. We're happy to welcome them with their successful transcripts out of Sprott. Absolutely.
All right. So how would the admission process work? So as soon as students are accepted into our pathway program, or let's say general English, if they come with a lower level of English, as soon as they're admitted into our school, we can technically apply to Algonquin College on behalf of our students, and then we receive a conditional letter of acceptance. Is that correct?
Exactly. And it doesn't matter when the student's actually coming to your school. They don't have to be there yet. You don't have to know their level. They
Okay.
just have to have been applied and accepted to your school and have identified the academic program they want with us. And you put the application in confirming they're accepted to you. And that's enough for us to just say, okay, we'll accept that you're going to successfully finish your English. And here is your conditional admission to the college. Yes.
And do they have to pay any upfront deposit payment for this letter?
Traditionally, yes. It's not a deposit payment. It's actually, they will be required to pay the first semester fees if they are still offshore. Okay.
Okay.
If they're still in their home country and they get accepted, they'll be asked to pay the first semester fee. The reason for that is because a lot of students offshore will apply to many institutions and then actually not go to, most of them. But once they're in Canada, for example, if they're at your school with a study permit, then they have to only pay a deposit of $1,500 for their academic program. And they don't have to pay the balance until 3 weeks after they've started the program with us. So, for example, they could be studying with you for 8 months, and if they could pay $1,500 to us, and so let's imagine that they start now and they wanted to come, for example, in January, their balance of their tuition, the tuition minus $1,500 would be due January 28th.
I see.
For one semester only.
Okay. I'm not sure if you discussed about your tuition fees. I lost my connection during your presentation, so could you?
No, I didn't go into tuition fees.
Okay.
I mean, on each of the program pages on our website, there's a link that says tuition fee estimator, which will give you an idea. Because unfortunately, our fees are not entirely uniform. But
Okay.
on average, you're looking at around probably 18,000 Canadian for 1 year
For 1 year.
for most
Okay.
of our programs. Yeah, and that's the tuition, insurance, bus pass, and all of the students' auxiliary fees.
I see. And I see a question here from Jeffrey. He's asking if you have any scholarship opportunities for international students.
Not right now. The intention was to actually start them this year, and then COVID came to visit.
Oh,
So we've had to delay some things. We probably will in a not too distant future. Hopefully we'll have a quick recovery, but at the time, nothing right now.
And we can, maybe you mentioned this during your presentation, but since you're busy and I'm an RCIC, I guess we can talk about this stuff as well. Since Algonquin is a public college, students are eligible to apply for a post-graduation work permit once they graduate from Algonquin.
Absolutely, they are. And as long as the program is over 8 months in length, they can apply for it. Now, we have programs that are called graduate programs, and they're technically 2 semesters. They're generally 8 months. Some of them are 12 months, but most of them are 8 months. But they actually are qualified with immigration as a 1-year program. We give you a graduation completion letter that says you have completed a 1-year graduate certificate.
Even though it's 8 months.
Exactly, but the name of the program is 1-year graduate certificate. And so students can often complete 2 1-year graduate certificates in 16 months, in fact, because they can do them back to back. And then they can be eligible for a 3-year postgraduate work permit. And we've had great success with that for students, yeah. Great. And we help students apply for their postgraduate work permits.
You don't have 2-year postgrad diploma programs, right? It's only 1 year.
Right. Yeah, they are 1 year, but again, we're also looking at
always
dual
1 + 1.
They always do 1 + 1. There's been no issue with that whatsoever. And we're actually looking at in the next year, in 2021, being able to offer students the 1 + 1 letters right away, so they can say that they're accepted to the 2 graduate programs, one after the other. So they will be able to apply for their extended study permit at the same time. But for now, it's 1, and then they add 1. We help students if they have to extend study permits, and we help students if they have to apply for graduate programs. So we are there to help with the students.
All right. So there are some questions here. Could you tell us about the tuition? We just discussed that. And Yoko is asking about the dorm fees. Do you have an example?
Sure. the dormitory fees, they're not as inexpensive as other institutions, I'll be honest, because as I said, most of them put 4 students in a unit, and we put 2. And you're also required to buy the meal plan. So it's probably around 1,300 Canadian per student per month. Okay, in that area. Okay,
Does that include
1,300.
food?
Yes, that's including the meal
Okay.
plan.
It's not too bad.
I mean, we often have, also offer homestay, of course, which is very affordable, $850 a month. And Ottawa is not like some of the larger cities. The homestays are quite well-to-do in Ottawa, so it's a comfortable existence. And then we also help students find shared apartment accommodations. So we do other things to support students to get their accommodations.
Great. Bianca had another question. Can I apply with similar certificates or just Ielts or Toefl? We just discussed this as well. I mean, if you have an Ielts or Toefl score, it's fine. But if you don't, you can just study with us in our EP program for 12 weeks, and you'll be satisfying Algonquin's English proficiency requirements. Am I correct, Martha?
You are correct. Yeah, we do accept some other tests as well, but that information can easily be found on our website. I don't even have the names of them at the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You can search on the website, but we do tend to find that. I'll be another point that I'm going to make here. Another honorable mention for working with Sprott is that the students who come from Pathway Program partners in Canada are about 97% successful in their academic programs at the college, and I think that that's huge. So it's something that really helps.
Yeah, I mentioned this almost in all our webinars. Pathway programs are not there to just for you to skip IELTS or TOEFL exams, but we basically train our students for them to be successful once they
Exactly.
move on to a college or university. We give them all the tools that they'll need. Because no matter what they study in a college or university, they'll need these tools. They need to know how to write an academic essay. They need to know how to cite essays, how to reference them, note taking.
And doing it once in a test to get a test score is not the same as doing it for 2 years running and doing it very well. So
Exactly.
you need deeply embedded skills. Absolutely.
Yes, I mean we get students with IELTS 6.0s or 6.5s to our program, because they want to acquire these skills. Having an IELTS or TOEFL score doesn't mean that you'll already know these skills.
Unfortunately, that's much too true, as I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and getting in with the test score does not always mean you're successful.
And I've gone through this myself. Although I studied at a high school here, and then I went to a college here in Vancouver, and then transferred to a university. When I was in college, I didn't know basically what to do. I learned everything there. But our students have the chance to complete their English with us and learn all these skills, and they'll be successful once they move on to their post-secondary education. All right, there are some questions about high school programs. I won't get into that. Let me see if I have any other questions here. And if you have questions from Facebook or elsewhere, Jim can type it in here. Let me see if I've gone through this. Is there anything you want to add?
I think I saw somebody ask about co-op programs.
Oh, co-op programs. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I think that we have probably one of the largest number of co-op programs of most institutions in Canada. Again, we do have co-ops. We have also internships, though. Not everything is a paid co-op. And we also do have research projects that engage you in the community. And we have different types of work integrated learning. It's called WIL, W-I-L, work integrated learning. If you get a co-op opportunity, we have a co-op department that will help you to find a co-op. They do not find the co-op for you. They will help you. They will guide you on how to do it. They will point you in the direction of institutions in the past and might hire our co-op students again. But it's generally the responsibility of the student to find their co-op position after they've received the support and training from the college on how to do so. Your co-op is not a guarantee of a post-graduation job, so don't limit your options of what you study by whether or not it has a co-op. Okay, it's very important. I'm not sure if I've frozen or if you have frozen, Ilyas. Should I continue talking? Well, I'm not sure if people can hear me or not. I see another question. Why are foreign student fees different than Canadian fees? It's because foreign students haven't paid the taxes to construct the infrastructure for the institutions. Foreign students have basically the government subsidizes Canadian students to study. So the price of the tuition for Canadian students, what they pay, is only about 30% of what the actual cost of their education is, because the government subsidizes that. They do not subsidize education for international students. That's one of the main reasons that international student tuition is higher. And it's also a fact that it is a burden, not a burden, it's a challenge. It's a delight, but it's a challenge to accommodate and support a lot of international students. And that's also an expensive venture for the part of the schools to be able to support the international students. I don't see any other questions. I don't know if people can hear me or not. Does anybody have any more questions? Does anybody have a question for me? I can continue talking if you have a question. I'd be happy to answer it for you. So the ideal age, we don't actually have high school at Algonquin College. We don't have any high school programs. We are only post-secondary. Welcome back, Ilyas.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Connection for some reason today. I'm not sure what's happening. I guess you answered the question on co-op programs.
Yes, I did.
I had a follow-up question on that, not actually regarding co-op, but do you also have a university transfer program at Algonquin? Like students can come there and study 1 or 2 years, earn credits, and then move on to, let's say, Carleton University there or elsewhere in Canada? Is Martha here? Are you? Oh, there you go.
Yep, I'm here. Thank you. I just needed to breathe for a second. The air is very hot.
Okay.
But yes, we do have university transfer programs. We have a lot of they're called articulation agreements. So it depends. There's actually a tool on our website that I can share with you later, Ilyas, that would really help you to be able to guide students on that. It's very well populated, and you can put in the program and see all of the possible institutions that will accept a student from a transfer from that program into their institutions, and how much longer they might have to study, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, in order to achieve their degree.
Great. And Yoko asked, let's have this as a final question. What are the popular programs at Algonquin College for international students, perhaps?
Well, definitely, I have to say that our most popular programs are in the computer and media and design areas, and in architecture. Architecture is huge. Green architecture, building information modeling, building automation systems and operations. Anything that has to do with new technology in buildings, those are very popular programs. We have a number of them at the college. And then again, anything in computers. I mean, business is universal. The business programs are universal across Canada, so always popular in every institution. But what's special about Algonquin is probably media and design, animation, graphic design, anything in those areas, as well as anything in computer programming, computer engineering technician, computer systems technician. And now the newest degree in automation. That's brand new. So I don't know. We don't have any really good numbers on that yet, but I'm sure it's going to be an incredibly high demand program.
Great. And for the fall semester, are you running your courses online, or?
We're running some online, some in one of the hybrid format. So where they have to, because some of the programs just simply can't be delivered 100% online. And so we have We have a huge campus, so if we're running a hybrid type program, we're going to bring the students in for
Mhm.
just the parts that have to be done on campus.
Mhm.
And then, so they might be on campus 1 day a week or 2 days a week, and the other parts, they will do all their theory online. So we're running kind of a blended thing, and some are entirely online. And if they are online, if a student has their study permit in their country, they can study their program. But if they don't have their study permit, a lot of students think because it's online, if they don't have their study permit, they can start to study. They cannot. Algonquin College has a fail-safe. If you don't have your study permit, you're not going to be able to register, because we don't want you to waste your money time paying for a semester and then discovering you didn't get your study permit because it's been rejected, or complicating your life in any way. So with us, yeah, we are asking students to confirm that they have their study permit before they're able to start programs. But we are doing both online and blended.
Because if they don't have their study permits, it won't be guaranteed that they'll have one when the visa offices are
Ever.
open, and they won't be eligible
Exactly.
for PGWP, right? It won't be counted towards
Exactly.
PGWP.
Anything you study without a postgraduate work permit, you're not. Without a study permit, you're not eligible. That portion can't be counted for postgraduate work permit. But it's more a concern that students will say, "Oh, that's okay. It's going to come. It's going to come," and then they'll finish one semester and discover that they've been rejected, and now they've paid $9,000 for a program they can't count, and they can't come to Canada. So, it's not helping the students. We've had students ask, and we're like, "No, it's not in your best interest, and we're not going to do it."
Exactly. And are you still accepting applications for this fall?
We're about to close fall.
Okay.
Because of the slowness right now with IRCC, with the study permit processing applications. Any student in Canada, if you have students in Canada, we're more than happy. We can still accept them. But I'm sorry, for students that are currently outside of Canada, the likelihood of getting a study permit in 2 months or less is very slim right now.
I see. All right, Martha. Thank you so much again for joining us tonight. It's getting late there in Ottawa. And here is almost dinner time for us in Vancouver. So it was a great presentation. Thanks a lot. And thank you for answering our questions. Thank you for explaining about Algonquin College and living in Ottawa, studying in Ottawa, and working in Ottawa. So it was great to know all the details. So everyone, thank you again for joining our webinar tonight. We'll be live next week on Tuesday and Thursday as usual, and this will continue in July and August with our partners. And we are actually reopening here in Vancouver in BC on July 6th. So we'll be back in classes. So we are very excited to reunite with our students and my colleagues on July 6th. And we'll have a special webinar, reopening webinar next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Vancouver time for our reopening of our Vancouver, Victoria campuses and our Career College VIC Career Campus as well. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can just simply go onto our website. As you can see on the screen right now, this is our Pathway partner page. You'll see that we have over 35 partners here in Canada. And
but only one in
speak
Ottawa.
your language. Only one in Ottawa. Yes, that's right. If you can go down, Jem, let's see Algonquin there, and go all the way down. Go all the way down. Okay. Only one in Ottawa, and as you said, yeah, it's a great college, and we've had students studied at Algonquin. So thank you again for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And hopefully we'll send more students either from our Toronto campus or from our campuses in BC. And you can see our upcoming webinars here with our other partners in Ontario, mostly in Ontario right now. And thanks everyone. Once again, if you want to just get in touch with us, just go onto our website. You can contact us and then we'll get back to you right away. You can even email us in your own languages. We almost speak, our student advisors, marketers speak almost all the languages here, and we'll help you with all your questions. And
another very good reason to use
I think I lost. I didn't hear anything, but
I just said that another good reason to work with Sprott Shaw, because we're embarrassingly unilingual Algonquin College, and they can help you a lot with how to get into our school. Yeah,
exactly. And yeah, this is what we're trying to do. We are trying to connect our students, our prospective students, their families, and our partners with our pathway partners here in Canada. And if you have specific questions regarding Algonquin, you can always get in touch with me or with our pathway coordinator in Toronto, Heather, and we'll connect you right away with Marta or somebody from her team, and we'll try to answer your questions and hopefully complete your registration to both SSLC and Algonquin College. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you again next Tuesday and Thursday. Have a good evening. Thanks, Marta, again.
thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.